Hey! Don't freak out. Sorry if I scared anybody. Today's intro is not normal. Let me just put it that way. Welcome back to What Is Happening. I'm your host, Isaac, here on the What Is Happening set, minus a few things are missing. Mostly this guy's missing. My favorite little vinyl toy. So we lost the footage. We lost the footage. Long story short, just like we lost last week's footage with Lawrence, we lost today's footage, but only the intro. So the rest of the show is going to be normal, but I'm here right now actually getting ready to edit today's show, tomorrow's show, the next day's show. I don't know what day of the week it is. I never know what day of the week it is. We filmed it, I think, a week ago. I'm editing it now. I go to edit it, I realize the footage is missing. What do? I throw the set together in a mad dash and decide, let me just do an intro talking to you guys and being appreciative that you guys are even watching this show. We really do make this for you, whether or not you're part of the AP Youth Students or not. We really hope that this is injecting some positivity. And because of that, even though there's not a ton of people out there, we're not like the most viewed thing in the world, we do think that there is still some responsibility that we have to make sure that we're putting out our best effort, our best foot forward. We talk about how we're not very professional on the show, but really that's because we decided to be real first and professional second. And that's kind of our mantra. But sometimes, because we're still figuring this out, even that slight, even though we should be real more than professional, the professional lacks because we lose footage. I did implement a new system to keep track of all of our footage, so going forward, there will be no more weirdness, and maybe the weirdness doesn't bother you. Maybe you like being on your toes, maybe you like how different it's all being. If you do, let me know down below, and maybe we'll get even more crazy and off the wall with how we do things. But if you do like how the show goes, or maybe you're just like, I'm so sick of this stuff, I promise we'll be back to normal on the next episode, which is coming out Thursday with Josh Butler. But don't worry, do not leave, don't go anywhere, please stay. We have the fabulous Pastor Lindy, she's on the show with us. She, of course, is a part of the network. Our censors on the show are our bosses. But no, she comes on, she has fun. We talk about a lot of amazingly funny things. It's pretty crazy, and we're so thankful that she was guesting on the show, but also we're thankful that we didn't lose the footage. So the rest of the show will be as normal all the way through the outro as soon as I get done with this intro. But to get done with this intro, I have to do our first segment, Random Fact of the Day. Didn't want to leave you guys hanging. Today's random fact is the longest wedding veil in the world. And actually, let me grab my little phone here because I don't want to get it wrong. The longest wedding veil was the same length as 63.5 football fields. Can't imagine wearing anything that long, especially not something on my head like a wedding veil. Also, aren't veils, don't they cover your face? I don't know how that worked out, really. I just think of Mr. Incredible asking Edna for, like a cape, and she's like, no capes, and then they show that scene of all the people with the capes. A little bit morbid, but that's what I think of, because, you know me, I'm a movie-oriented guy. Guys, listen, sorry it's weird. I love that it's real. I love that you're watching. We appreciate it so much. I'm going to let you get to the rest of the show. Past me, we'll see you after the jump cut. Future me is going to go edit the rest of this thing. All right, guys. Okay, that was a jump cut.
We're back.
Hopefully it worked all right. We're here. Our special guest, Pastor Lindy.
Hello.
She's usually behind the camera on things. Now she's in front of it.
Part of our massive film crew.
I'm usually backstage watching on the monitor in the green room with the snacks and all that.
She's our guest. She usually deals with guest relations. Really, again, largest single-site employer. Okay, so we're moving into our first segment. Well, random facts isn't really a segment. Yeah. Second segment, but what is happening in the world? PJ, why don't you take the first one?
I'm actually going to pass this one over to
You're going to pass it off?
We're going to talk about that one. That was a fun one.
So we prepped Pastor Lindy before the show with this article. We think it's actually funny. The funnier thing is that PJ says eels, but as you're about to see, it's not ills, it's...
Eels.
So
eels.
Here's the headline. Japanese aquarium asking public to video chat with skittish eels.
Eels.
Not
eels.
Eels.
Not
They're
eels.
eels. So what's going on is the eels are getting skittish because humans haven't been around to see
they're
them.
like they're not seeing those constant influx of people, so they're starting to like revert back to like a wild eel.
Like a wild eel. Like,
turning into introverts.
We've done
they're
more
introverted
than
eels.
More than one Zoom call animal chat themed.
Hey, has anybody
story.
donated that $50 yet? So we
I
can get a
don't-
miniature
I mean,
donkey on the Zoom call?
Maybe. Hey,
We're still waiting.
It's the future where we are, so maybe you did give us $50 to
Keep in
chat
mind.
with the donkey.
Guy Fieri, if you're listening.
So this aquarium though is having people Zoom call with eels.
They're hoping that they'll get the eels to come out of their shell again, and start socializing more.
That's crazy.
That is.
Things that you don't think about during the pandemic. At least Pastor Lindy knows, having led the charge of moving everything online. We're so busy here that we don't ever think outside of like what we have to take care of. So like when we're like, oh, eels need people to talk to.
Well, introverted eels, right? So like, if they're introverted by nature, they might just get agitated.
Are they introverted by nature,
I don't
or is
know.
it just
I hope
that
they're
they?
not electric eels because they would be like just radiating electricity and
That would
shocking
be
everybody, all the other fish in there.
I just didn't think that animals needed I don't think about all the zoos that aren't having
Animals
visitors.
need love too, man.
Yeah, but like I'm not none about
They
love.
do.
Oh, you know what? Before we go on any further, I just remembered back in my mind, this off the cuff show. We didn't give Lindy her sanitizer.
Oh, yes.
Nor did I get her.
Yeah, I'm pretty
her
parched here, guys.
handy dandy.
I need something to drink.
Squirt, squirt.
So again,
Squirt,
yes. Lindy, we didn't do anything fancy for you. No Kool-Aid Jammers, no Best Boss mug, but we did get you a matching AP mug.
I don't drink coffee, but I love coffee mugs. They make me feel classy.
Yeah, I'm in the same boat. Mine's just filled with water because I talk so much on this show and I get parched. But yes, I'm happy that I remembered to do that because
Thank you.
we would have.
I really needed this.
Yeah, you don't think that you need water before you start filming, and then you
get
start
parched.
filming and you're like, wow, is this the Sahara Desert?
It's a revelation, man.
So what else is happening in the world around us? I have a
Hold
pretty
on, pause.
cool. Oh, pause.
I want us to zoom in to those eels and
Zoom
say
in
hello.
to those eels. You want us to call the
I do. I want to call the eels.
Jonathan, work your magic.
Make it
Get
happen.
the eels on
We
the
can make
line.
it happen.
We will work on that.
I have an article here out of Florida. Things are starting to reopen on the timeline that we're in. Again, I don't know when you're watching this, but it's May 1st where we are, just to date a little bit so that you can get some context. The world is starting to come out of its shell after the coronavirus pandemic.
Happy May Day.
Like, yeah, it's coming
May
back.
Day.
Happy May Day. But some
gonna be
people aren't too happy about that. Now, whether you fall on the side of you want everything open or you fall on the side of everything has to remain closed isn't really what we're debating here. But there is a story from a Florida lawyer finds the most Florida way to to protest the reopening of the beaches. It's a lawyer. He's walking around the beach dressed as the Grim Reaper. Apparently he thinks that this is a bad idea, and so he thinks the best way to ward people away.
I hope he's only doing that in daylight.
Well, yeah. I mean,
That would be bad, man.
So, but he's got there's some pictures here, which you'll see on the bottom right of the screen. He's got a little lifeguard
That's
shack
pretty-
with a.
Dude, imagine
scary
you're
looking.
out swimming in the ocean
see this?
and you get
As
caught
if-
in a riptide.
As
and
if
then
sharks aren't bad enough.
You see,
got a
The
Grim
Grim Reaper
Reaper.
will be there
or you're
with you.
running to get to the beach, you're I gotta get out of here. I saw you just see the Grim Reaper on the beach. You're like, man, that would
You see a
terrify
jellyfish
me.
come up around you and you got the Grim
I mean,
Reaper
I
run
guess
out
it's a
there
good
or something.
idea though, because we're all scared to buy it. So I guess we would see that and maybe leave the beach and go
It's
home.
gotta be hot. In
It
that
sounds
outfit.
like his tactic is working.
It sounds like it's a smart idea. But I don't know. Hey, tell us in the comments. Do you think that this is a smart way to do you think it's a smart way? Do you think he's a nuisance? What do you guys think about a man dressing up as the Grim Reaper on Florida beaches? Jake, are we transitioning to online? Or are you still in world news?
Bro, we are giving them a third article on world news.
World news.
This
Still,
one,
what's happening in the world around you, PJ?
So-
Hit us with it.
What
so
is
in
happening?
California, there is an exotic bird that somehow has ended up in California that is annoying the neighborhood with loud calls. Okay, this exotic bird is just creating all of this unwanted attention, and apparently the bird is going.
Oh,
How did I not see that coming?
Actually, we don't know what the bird sounds like, but there really is an exotic bird in California.
For everybody listening, I'm so sorry.
Oh my
But if you're
gosh.
watching and you just saw that,
No, I really didn't know that you were gonna do
Pastor Lindy is terrified of loud noises. And so Pastor Jonathan has decided to just constantly
He's
badger
made it
her.
his personal mission to
noises.
terrorize
I'm
me.
not gonna do it forever, but it's just a
maybe
happy.
another
He
couple
did
years.
tell me before the show started that he was going to do that. And I could have warned Pastor Lindy, but I didn't. So I guess I am complicit here.
I think I've
He's
been
doing
scared
it so much, though.
that my vocal ability to scream is just gone.
She has been
but my
screaming a
heart
lot.
stops. So if that's any consolation.
Honestly, what he's doing hasn't been scaring me, but hearing Pastor Lindy's earth-shattering screams.
Maybe we could get a replay of that for
Oh,
us.
we'll have the best one down in the corner there.
We'll have it
It's
for you.
so loud, and it terrifies me when she screams. It's like a chain reaction of scares. So did you have any real reason to read this story? Was it interesting?
It is
or
interesting that there is an exotic bird in a random California neighborhood that is just aggravating people with loud bird calls. I mean, I don't know what this bird sounds like. Maybe we can find a
I'm
clip.
scared right now.
Maybe we can find a clip of this. It's an African helmeted guinea fowl, whatever that is.
okay.
It sounds like it'd be a loud bird. Just by the name.
From Africa that has ended up in California.
You know, folks, we don't always know on this show, and this is one of those times where we really don't know. Maybe you'll see a clip, maybe you won't. If you've ever heard a bird scream, then you know what we're talking about.
Maybe it sounded just like what I did.
We're gonna transition on to what is happening on the internet. I have one. PJ, did you have one for this?
I do not have a
I think
trending
I was
on
the
my
only
own.
one with
Yeah,
one for
you've
this
got
right now.
one.
Mine's weird, but I wanted to share it just because I think when you have a talk show during a global pandemic and everyone's freaking out, sometimes you just want to get a story where you're just like, this is just heartwarming. There's an actor in the world named Jake Gyllenhaal. He's been in many a film. Some of our viewers might know him from like Prince of Persia. What do you guys think? Any movies that you guys know that they might have seen or that you think Jake Gyllenhaal? He's kind of an oddball actor.
He's in quite a few things.
He's in
but
quite
I
a few
can't
things, but I
pull
don't
it
know
up
if there's
in
any.
my
We'll
mind.
stick, we'll stick with Prince of Persia.
Prince of Persia.
I
Prince
can
of Persia.
IMDb it.
It's a good
I can IMDb
film
it real
from
quick.
like 2010. If you saw it, Ben
Sands of
Kingsley's in
Time,
it.
man.
Sands of Time. But anyway, he's in a lot of things. He's also a Broadway actor as well. He's been doing a lot of Broadway at home during the pandemic. Oh, he's Spider-Man.
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 You know
what?
Spider-Man. Lindy
How
with the
did we
save.
forget that?
How did we forget Spider-Man? He was Mysterio. Okay, so anyway, Jake Gyllenhaal, he's doing an interview with Stephen Colbert. They're both at home. And I guess during the interview, he was cooking sourdough bread and just stopped the interview with Stephen Colbert and was like, hang on, I need to let my bread rise and I don't want to freak it out. And so you'll see this little video snippet over in the corner of just Jake Gyllenhaal shushing Stephen Colbert while the bread rises. The reason I wanted to share this, I just think that it's just, one of those fun stories that you're just like, he's just taking care of bread, Who cares?
Speaking life over his bread.
Speaking
right?
life over bread.
TLC for bread.
They've called him
Yes.
the sourdough starter dad.
good
Apparently,
name.
he's the sourdough dad now, Jake Gyllenhaal. Well,
Mysterio has gotten mysterious.
yeah, I think that's it for what is happening on the internet.
Yeah.
We couldn't find a lot of good, fun, trending stuff for today's episode, but we've got plenty of content still to
Yeah,
come.
we've got to give it a couple weeks to let some more content roll out.
But we have a new segment. Pastor Lindy doesn't even know what this segment is. We're dropping it in so fresh. We've never done it. What is happening with that guy?
With that guy. This is brand new.
Now,
What is
something's
happening with that guy?
So with
What
that,
is happening?
give you some context. You don't want to be.
You
that
don't
guy.
want to be that guy.
That
we
guy-
all know that
No,
guy.
you don't.
He's that guy. And this is really a segment where we are coming to air some grievances unnamed.
Yes,
We're not
specifically
gonna-
me.
Yeah, today it's PJ, but not named because we're not trying to rag on anybody.
Yeah.
But there are some things that we've dealt with recently where we thought, well, this is annoying, but maybe it could be funny for the show. So go ahead and tell them what's going on with you, PJ.
Again, you don't want to be that guy. But let's tell you what is happening with that guy that I'm talking about today. So there is a company, which we will not name,
We won't name him.
that I just looked into for a minute. They had put like a sponsored Instagram thing out there, for
So they, like,
some free
got
product.
you with an
right?
ad?
Yeah.
Okay, all right.
Right. So anyway, I
I'm
put
with
an
you so far.
put an email address in, and then next thing I know, they send me an email. That's okay. It's what I expected. But then a couple days later, they send me a text message.
Oh.
And then they send me another email. And then they send me another text message. And at this point, I'm unsubscribing, okay? And I even, replied back to the guy,
Starting to hit that junk
You were
mail
telling me
button.
that you didn't even want the product.
Right.
At
Well,
that
this
point.
is what happened. So they said, we will give you our free product, but technically you have to buy the product.
Well, you were saying they said, we'll give you 4 of this product for free.
Yeah.
But you have to pay $10 shipping.
Yeah.
But the product was like $2 each.
The
so
product
it was
is down,
like
no, it's even cheaper than that.
It's
The product
even
down the road is $1.50, right?
But like they were
so
going to
4
charge
of
you
them would
10
be
for shipping.
$6.
It didn't make any sense when you were explaining it to me.
And
but they kept emailing you after you unsubscribed.
And I've unsubscribed like 5 times. I don't even think that's legal, right?
They probably put you on like 20 different lists.
Yeah,
they
you
just
have to
keep-
unsubscribe.
And now they're trying to get me to
out.
be an ambassador, and now they're like, we'll give you more free product, and we'll give you a gift card if you pay shipping ahead. I'm
It
like,
just
leave
sounds
me
like
alone,
that one
guy.
friend, that one friend that you have that like you're like, no, I'm really okay, and they're like, no, like, well, you're my best friend now.
Yeah.
You're like, whoa, hold on, and they're just like keep texting you and calling you.
Yeah.
I didn't
It
agree to be
sounds
at that level.
Yeah, you're like, hold on a second, I don't even know you, and they just keep texting and calling
Yeah.
and texting.
So if you're out there and you're listening and you just, feel the desire to just really bother people and
it's
be
like a crush in
persistent,
elementary school. Yeah,
don't be that
do
guy.
Hey,
give them some space.
And a
Don't
little
do
bit of
it.
tips for any teenagers watching that know us or any young people. This is a good tip. Don't do this when you have a crush on somebody either. This doesn't fly anywhere at all in life. But if you're like, oh, maybe I should just text my crush for the 50th time.
Don't be
You
that
shouldn't
guy.
have texted them the other 49 times.
Don't
Just
be that
once
guy.
works. Once works. Don't be that guy. All right, we're gonna move on.
We're gonna move on.
What is happening? What were they thinking? What were
Is
they
this another new
thinking?
segment?
No, this is the myth. See, we didn't get to cover this with
Yeah.
Pastor Derek because we're running out of time.
okay.
But we've shortened to the news segments now. We keep developing the format here. We're revisionists. We're really trying to make sure, Anyway,
It's fresh.
I want you to read this one though. This was going to be mine, but I want you to read it since
Me or
read that one.
Okay, I don't know if this is a setup.
No, it's not.
Maybe. You know what? It is
Oh,
a
is
setup.
it a setup?
It is. I'm gonna say it right just to smite you.
Okay, say it,
I'm gonna try
smiter.
to say it right. Myth: milk does a body good.
Well, I'm impressed. Okay.
Yeah, dude, I
It
can say
doesn't?
words. It doesn't do
Well,
a body good.
apparently
For
it
those that
doesn't.
don't know, past my vernacular of saying the word milk wrong, which I say milk sometimes.
Milk with
Milk,
an E.
There it is with an E. If you thought because of the ads, I thought this as a kid, dude. I saw Jackie Chan with like the milk stash, and it was like got milk, and I was like,
Oh,
oh yeah, this is great. It's not good for you to drink like mass quantities of milk.
Debatable, right?
Milk.
Well, anyway, so like 2010, I tried to do
gosh,
this diet. It was called Go Mad, which was
no.
essentially a gallon of milk a day,
Oh, no.
which is about 2,400 calories.
I
I
Whole
think
milk.
everybody knows that
milk,
is too
right?
much milk.
2,400 calories a day, 120 grams of protein. But you're supposed to drink a gallon, and you're supposed to eat all of your food. This is to put on size if you'd ever want to do that. You definitely put on size, but you also break out in sweats.
Not the good kind of
and
size.
acne.
You
and-
develop
man.
cottage cheese in your
And-
stomach.
Yeah,
and
like
cellulite and
it's-
everything else that you don't want.
We
I
cannot
don't recommend it.
recommend enough, guys.
Milk might be healthy in some.
I mean, I think small quantities. I've also heard like alternative milks, like oat and
Coconut milk.
coconut, all that is a lot healthier for you if you're a cereal.
You
Almond
decide.
milk is good.
Yeah, you let us know.
You
What
decide.
what do you think? It's up to you. We're not dietitians. But hey, Pastor Lindy, what were they thinking?
Yeah.
I want you to read this one off right here.
This one?
I was talking to actually one of our coordinators at the church the other day about oranges, and this is a cool fact, so go ahead and read it to him.
The fact is that the first oranges were not orange.
They weren't orange. And,
What
and
were
I,
they?
I want to add on to this fact. They're green. Oranges. The fact doesn't go that far into it. I couldn't do enough
It's a
research
lime.
before the
Yeah,
show.
it would be a lime if it's not an orange.
Well, that's the thing though. Oranges are green. We in America, like natural oranges, are more green than they
I'm
are
shocked.
orange.
Isaac.
We dye them orange.
What does an orange look like to a bat? Since
Don't,
we just
don't.
had that
So,
episode.
don't.
If an orange is not orange, therefore it is not an orange. We'd have to call it a green.
Well, I think that's why I think their name isn't orange. They're tangerine pomelo
Mellow
hybrid.
hybrid.
Let me blow your minds for a second.
No, dude, don't.
What
with the
is
bats.
orange? What is
there-
green?
No.
It's relative,
Yeah,
right?
I knew he was gonna go somewhere crazy
Are you
with
colorblind, PJ?
I'm not colorblind.
Okay.
But
Well,
how do
then
we
don't need to go there.
it. Orange is a color. But
We
yeah,
might see it differently.
oranges are not naturally orange. We use dyes and we use other things to tint them to be orange. They are naturally a green-orange combo, leaning more towards the green side.
That bothers me.
Yeah, it's
Sounds
it's
like
crazy.
a mango.
That's the thing. We've just been told our whole lives that oranges are orange, and we call them oranges because they're the color orange.
Well, why are they orange in other countries?
Why are they orange when they grow off the tree?
They're not always orange when they grow off the tree. That's the thing.
But sometimes.
We're gonna
Sometimes,
fact check
I mean,
this one.
sometimes.
We
Okay.
probably need to have our fact check.
Yeah, we're gonna check this one.
Hey, let us
Triple
know in the
check this one.
comments.
Snoopers.
Do you grow oranges? Well, here's the thing though.
Yeah, they grow oranges,
Do
man.
you grow oranges? Are they orange?
All you farmers out there, Guy
but
Fieri,
here-
what color are
Here's
oranges?
the thing. I've even seen blue oranges.
Where are you grocery shopping?
I know, right? I saw the other day a
Double
video,
chins.
and I think it could have been a doctored video. It very well could have been.
Very
But it was a
well
guy
could have been.
picking blue oranges off of a tree.
Those blueberries that were enlarged.
Blueberries don't grow on trees.
All right, we're gonna transition to Would You Rather.
Would you
Rather,
rather-
no, wait, no. We have to
still gonna
do
go with
we
this?
do Psalms first though,
Do we
and
wa-
then we do Would You Rather.
Do you want to do? Okay. All right, we'll go to Psalms. Get the ukulele out.
Okay, all right.
All right, here we go.
Pastor Lindy, we're gonna involve you
We're gonna let her read it.
Okay.
by letting you read the Psalms. PJ's got them
Wonderful.
picked out. I've got the uke here. I'm gonna play some chords once you got the page and
Oh, I've
everything.
got it, man. I've got it.
All right.
We're gonna go with Psalm 34, verse 7 and 8.
Psalm 34, verse 7 and 8. The angel of the Lord encamps all around those who fear him and delivers them. Oh, taste and see that the Lord is good. Blessed is the man who trusts in him.
It's so good.
So good.
And you know what? Speaking of taste, it's not taste as in the way that you taste an orange.
It's
It
not.
actually is taste. That word translates to mean perceive.
There
That's
you
what
go.
it's talking about there. To perceive that the Lord is good.
Yep.
And he is good. I
He
mean, we
is.
can all attest to that.
Yes, we can.
We love this part of the show, guys, so much just because it's a time for you to be able to take a step back out of the quickness of your lives. Because even though maybe the pandemic's ended where you're at, I know the pandemic, you were busy. You're probably busy now. Really, we hope and our prayers are that you are able to take a second and just to take a step back and get into Psalms with us and maybe get into some prayer and get into some time with the Lord. And like we've been saying on our episodes now, if you guys have any questions, anything that you're dealing with, anything where you feel like you need somebody to talk to, please leave a comment below. Or if you'd like it to be private, you can email wihshow@gmail.com, and one of us will reach out to you, and we'll be there for you.
We're
We really
better
want to be there
together.
for you guys.
Better together.
Better
we are.
together. Well, hey, we're gonna move on to one of the best parts that the best things we do with guests, which is Would You Rather, and this is
I
a
love
special
it.
edition
Let's do it.
only because this is actually Pastor Lindy's book she gave us to do this with. I have to reach under the magical table. She brought this from home.
Over 3,000.
Over 3,000. She's not the first guest we've
Would you
used it
rather?
with. We used it with Lauren, but Pastor Lindy was so gracious and kind enough to give us this book to use for now.
And I've maybe only done about 5 of them in there. So
Yeah, our
it's
goal
gonna
is to
be-
hit all
gonna be there.
3,000.
Yeah.
One day.
We'll be 84 when we're done doing the show. Okay. Let me find one here. That's good. Okay. Would you rather eat Jell-O covered in tartar sauce or bananas covered in ketchup?
Oh, that's easy.
Oh,
for me.
the
They're both
bananas
nasty. Yeah,
in
definitely.
ketchup for
Definitely.
sure.
Bananas
sure.
and ketchup?
Yeah.
Okay.
I just feel like that'd be a little bit more palatable.
Ooh,
And
yeah.
the texture has a little more substance. So
Jell-O?
you just chew it and
In tartar sauce sounds like they're almost the same consistency. That's not. Yeah, I think I'm with you guys. All right, PJ, what do you
All
got?
right, here you go. Would you rather people keep you guessing or just be upfront?
Oh, that's a good one. That's like a
It's
good
definitely
one.
applicable
that's
to me
like
and
kind
you
of a
too,
serious
but-
question.
Well, yeah, we switch them. We
Should I
switch
keep her
them on and off.
guessing or should I be
Switch.
upfront?
Are you gonna answer this or am I?
Oh no, it's just you.
Oh.
We don't get to answer.
Yeah, we
It's
don't
just
we
you.
don't we don't do
Yeah.
that segment.
Okay. Spotlight's on me. I think I would rather. What were the options?
Keep people guessing?
Keep people guessing.
People
Or
keep
be-
you guessing.
People keep
or
you guessing or
people
be upfront.
I think be upfront. It saves time in the end.
I kinda,
Get it all out there.
kinda enjoy keeping her guessing.
Here's one. I want the last
This
one.
isn't what would you rather do.
Here's one.
Love you, PJ.
The final one of the Would You Rather. It's
Okay.
another serious one. And one, if you're young, pay attention because I think all of us could answer this question. We're just going to let Pastor Lindy do it. But it is, would you rather have a mentor or figure things out on your own?
Oh wow.
Ooh,
That's a
good.
tough
That is
one.
good.
That's
man.
a tough one. And I guess you could
Wow.
say that there are different facets to life right? So maybe you're having a mentor for one facet of your life and figuring it out on your own. But maybe this is for just a broad general answer of mentor versus figuring it out.
I know what I'm going to say. I have my answer. I think I would rather have a mentor because at the end of the day, you still have to make decisions for yourself.
True, very
and
true.
You
very
still
valid.
cannot fully learn and understand all life's experiences until you've walked them out yourself. So
That's very true.
That
I
is-
would say I would rather have a mentor because it helps.
Like kind of like
along the way.
guardrails, you think? Like you're
Yeah.
still figuring things out, kind
Like
of.
when you go bowling and you
Yeah,
have
but
the
you're
side
not, like,
bumpers up, but
hopefully in the gutter.
you're the one that still has to push the
Yeah.
ball down the alley.
That's good. I think that's
So-
a good analogy. And maybe that, let us know what you think if you're out there, mentor or figuring it out on your own. I'd have to agree with that. I know we're not really generally answering these ones, but I think that in my time on this earth, I've definitely benefited more from having somebody like, probably don't do that, versus me just out in the wild, like.
Because
better
we are
together.
better together.
We're better together.
Yes.
That's right.
All right, well, we're going to move on to our final segment of the show. It's been a fun one so far. What is happening in our lives? Pastor Lindy, really, we've answered this question so many times
Yeah.
this week because of our filming schedule. So we're going to pass it to you first.
Okay.
Let us know what's been going on in your life. I know it's been crazy because we've been involved in pieces.
Mm-hmm. What is happening in my life? Well, the most recent thing is lots of scares. You know, my heart rate has been really increased this week, and just my throat's a little raw from screaming because I don't know when I turn around the corner if there's going to be a cell phone there in my face with
Never.
an Instagram post there. I mean, times are
Lots
so
of
uncertain.
scares.
But outside of being scared on a regular basis, I've just been, spent a lot of time on my computer, editing, graphics, things that I love to do, and just
Working on the live stream stuff for the
working
church.
on live stream. Yeah,
live stream
for AP Church, #CincyAP.
stuff. Get the plug in.
Get the plug in there. So life has been good. I'm so glad that this quarantine has happened during the spring. And not the winter, because I
Yes.
think we really would be going stir crazy
Oh,
had
no.
we not been
yeah.
able to get outside.
If it had to happen, this is the time.
This is the time.
I'm
So
happy that it's
the
finally
Lord knew.
it's
Yes.
warming up. Yeah, I couldn't do months of winter.
Yeah.
No, that would be
No.
bad.
So-
PJ, is there anything new?
Well, I mean, I kind of briefly talked about it, but I've been trying to unsubscribe from that guy.
That's what's been going on. I've just been every day, every night trying to unsubscribe from this person. What's going on in my life right now? I'm breaking Mac computers when editing this show. Pastor Lindy knows about that. It's fun. Figuring out how to edit with PJ sitting over my shoulder, having me add billions of things in. So I'm learning to become a really quick editor in the software that we use. Definitely is an iMovie. We're definitely professionals.
But with all that being said, I think she's got another prior engagement. So let's
let's
get
wrap
her
it up.
to read
Hey,
this last little riddle.
We're gonna jump cut to the riddle.
We're
Actually,
gonna jump cut?
Yeah,
Okay.
because the film crew is. We're
Okay.
getting a signal from Derek over there
Yeah.
and Jimmy. Okay, so
guys.
hey, we're gonna jump cut. We'll see you after the cut, guys. Okay, we're back. Another
back.
jump cut. Hey, we're finishing up episode 7. PJ, you've got a riddle for us.
Yes, it's another hard one.
Oh yeah,
All right,
this
here
one
it goes.
actually is pretty difficult.
I am always hungry and will die if not fed, but whatever I touch will soon turn red.
Read it again without.
I think that was that guy.
without that guy emailing you. Don't be that guy.
Don't
Read
be
it
that
again. Read it again.
I am always hungry and will die if not fed, but whatever I touch will soon turn red. What am I?
Well, if you know the answer to this riddle, leave it in the comments below. Please do not use Google. Phone a friend if you have to. You guys know the rules. We'll let you know in the comments below if you get it. Listen, we love you. We appreciate you. Remember, we're better together.
Better together.
For what is happening, I'm Isaac.
I'm PJ.
We'll see you guys on the next one.
See you next time.